The Lloydminster Public School Division has released a statement regarding the future of Bar Colony School. The statement reads, in part, the LPSD Board of Education has begun a feasibility study of the school. A school community engagement session was held on Monday to share information and engineering reports, present the feasibility study process, and gather feedback. The board values the stakeholder education process, which is still ongoing. Various options are being considered, and a formal decision has yet to be made. Advanced placement classes are offered to high school students who are looking to further challenge themselves. In this week's Beyond the Classroom, we look at Holy Rosary unveiling their newest AP course, Chemistry.
Advanced placement classes offer a wide range of benefits to students eager enough to add onto their workload. Taking these classes in high school sets them up for the university experience.
Students in grade 12 would regularly take Chemistry 30, and that would be the prerequisite to go to university and take further chemistry. The advanced placement gives them those university, college level outcomes that they need for the first year level of university. And if they can succeed in grade 12 and do the college level university courses or outcomes right now, then they could potentially even get their credit for first year college.
This course is unlike other classes students would regularly take, lasting longer than one semester, ending in May with an international AP chemistry exam, where depending on their results, could lead to college credits.
At first it was very stressful because usually I'm used to the slow pace and having that room to just work on stuff, but this is really challenging me and I am happy for that.
With so many opportunities offered to students to better start their post-secondary journey, these students now have a better picture on what they plan to do with their careers.
With chemistry, I'm hoping to move on into university the following year and get the AP credit so that I have one less course to take in university, easy my load a little bit, and from there I'm hoping to go into physics, use the chemistry a little bit, and hopefully end up in theoretical physics with a doctorate.
And that's all for this week's edition of Beyond the Classroom.
At Lakeland College, our students go beyond the classroom for immersive, hands-on learning experiences. It's about experiencing the real world, because the real world doesn't wait, and neither do we.
Abby St. John is here now to tell us all about the weather. Abby, what's coming?
Well, today was a huge switch up from yesterday, I'll tell you that. We saw a very beautiful, sunny, clear day out today and not too windy either. And I think that's the biggest thing because we've been struggling with wind for the longest time. Even before the temperature started dropping, we were dealing with a bunch of wind. But today was a very, very nice day out. 0 degrees, but without that wind, it still feels 0 degrees. And with that sun, it may feel even a little bit warmer as well. So very nice day and a huge switch up from yesterday. I think complete 180, but not complaining about that whatsoever. And then temperatures across Alberta, 2 degrees out in Provost, Wainwright, Vermilion, Vegreville, and St. Paul. 6 out in Edmonton, -1 in Marwayne and Cold Lake, +1 in Lac La Biche, and 0 out in Bonnyville. And on the Saskatchewan side, -4 in Isle Cross, -1 in Green Lake and St. Walburg, +1 in Pearson and Macklin, and -2 in North Battleford, Maidstone, and out in Meadow Lake. And then overnight tonight in North Battleford, it'll drop down to -9, partially cloudy skies. So for the most part, it should be quite a nice evening out. And then tomorrow, expect a very sunny day with a high of +4. Plenty of sunshine, but then the wind will start picking up in the afternoon to about 20 kilometers per hour. So it'll be a very nice morning, and then it should be a beautiful day, except with that wind speed as well. Overnight tonight in Cold Lake, expect clear skies, so it's going to be a very nice evening out tonight with a low of -8. And then tomorrow, another sunny day for Cold Lake with a high of +4. 4. Winds only at 13 kilometers per hour, so it's going to be a very nice Friday for Cold Lake. Overnight tonight here in Lloydminster, expect clear skies with a low of -8. That wind will start picking up into the evening at around 17 kilometers per hour, but it should overall be a very nice evening. And then tomorrow, just to break down the day for Lloydminster, in the morning it will be around -6 and clear skies, and then around recess time it should warm to about -2. With the wind quite strong tomorrow with 26 kilometers per hour. And then at lunchtime, it will still be sunny out, similar to what we saw today, hopefully, with a 1 degrees. And then by the time school is out and the evening is beginning, it will be 2 degrees. And then over the next 3 days, we'll have a low of -5 for tomorrow. And then on Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, and it'll be a breezer in the morning with a high of +5 and a low of -2. And then on Sunday, partially sunny and a windy day with a high of +7 and a low of -3. So we're expected some sunny days in the next few days and hopefully into next week as well. But that is your first look at your evening weather forecast. I'll have your overnight temperatures later on in the show.
Thanks, Abby. Coming up after the break, Premier Scott Moe is coming under fire for an upcoming trip to Dubai.
We have a very special guest today on Primetime Local News. Ali Colleen is joining me today to talk about some of her latest efforts in her music career. Ali, first of all, thank you so much for joining me today.
Honored to be here. How are you doing?
You know, it's been great, and we were just chatting, and I was talking about all the interviews you did yesterday. And so we're so happy that you took some time to speak with us today as well, because you were a busy girl, which is good, because as you said, you're getting to promote your career. So let's get into it and let's talk about some of the things that you're doing now. What do you have on the go right now?
Right now, as far as 2023 goes, we've kind of done our year of touring. Now we're going into the holidays. I do have, for the first time, a Christmas song coming out, which I'm very excited about. It was not an idea of mine. I never think to add to the pool of Christmas music that is out there, because me personally, I listen to more of the traditional songs. So when a fellow artist approached me to do a duet for Oh Holy Night, I was like, let's give it a shot. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So we don't have a release date yet, but I will be releasing my first Christmas song with an artist named Jay Allen, who's been very kind to ask me to come on the project. So we get to do that this year. And aside from that, we're just gearing up for 2024. It's going to be a big year for us. We're very, very excited. We spend a lot of time in the studio. I've got songs coming out with Lee Bryce, and we've got collaborations with Jelly Roll coming up this year as well. And for a little me, independent female artist in Nashville, that is incredibly cool, incredibly awesome. So I feel like the coolest kid on the planet. Really, really looking forward to the year.
Well, I was just scrolling through social media last week, Ali. That's how I discovered your music. And as soon as I heard your voice, it caught my attention. And I want to talk about a couple of songs that I heard in particular, Halos and Horns and Tattoos. They sound really more kind of a gritty to me. So can you tell me about the songwriting process for those two songs?
Absolutely. We have worked so hard to really kind of nail down sonically what Ali Colleen is. Because again, coming from that, everyone who comes to Nashville, you're putting that cover circuit for a long time, right? Where you're just covering songs, you're playing what people want to hear, that kind of thing. And that's very easy to sonically kind of mimic people. And so we wanted to find out what Ali sounded like. And Halos and Horns is just all about being tied between the halos and the horns, the good and the bad, and those ties and those pull of life and everything that makes me Ali, which is tends to be a little more on that gritty side. I look tough, I am tough, I'm all mush inside. But Halos and Horns is just a tough sonically song. It's the one song I wait my whole set to play. It's so much fun. I wrote that with Eric Dodd and Stephen Hunley, writers that I write most of my songs with, to be honest. And that was a very, very fun writing day. We just kept going between that juxtaposition of good and bad, but in like a Western world. So that's been very, very cool. We tried to target it towards rodeos and towards cowboys and that kind of thing, all those stuff that means something to me. And then tattoos is this kind of out of left field, almost pop song that I absolutely love. I love performing tattoos. It's very sexy. It's our only explicit release that we've ever had, which has also been kind of fun and kind of fun to see who is not a fan also in kind of ways. It's been a little, I like that. So tattoos, as you can imagine, I have been pitched tattoo ideas my whole career, and they've always landed somewhere similar to tattoos on this town, kind of that country vibe that's been done before. And I'm very, very proud of kind of the individuality that tattoos has. Thank you for listening to those. Thank you for recognizing them. If you guys would go listen, let me know what you think. I love those songs.
And now let's flip the script a little bit here, Allie, with Honest Man. That is almost, I
Oh,
would say, the opposite of those other two songs. So let's
that's
talk
my
about
mush.
that song in particular.
That's my mush. It's very different, but again, it's the same exact girl. It's that grit. It's being different. It's not really caring what that social status quo is and going and pursuing what she cares about. And to me, as a woman, the pursuit that men have towards women, I've always admired and always think is very brave and think is very cool. And I have nephews and I have nieces, and I just think if I wished anything for them in life other than happiness and health, it would be go get what you want. And so Honest Man is how I would ask a man to marry me. And it's very sweet. And sonically, it's very country music, very singer songwriter country music. But I think it really says something for the women that are like me, that are just a little different, who are just willing to risk anything and everything, show face, all that stuff to go get what we want. And if that happens to be a man one day, I would be very, very honored to make him feel pursued in that kind of way. So Honest Man, as much as it's very sweet, I do like to think it continues to follow that grit that Allie Colleen represents.
Now, you do come from a musical family. You have in your background growing up. So, is this something that you just knew you wanted to do from the beginning, or is this something where you picked up a guitar later in life, or how did that all play out for you, Allie?
As far as any kind of influence that my parents had, on my music and in my career in my life, I was raised by three incredibly kind parents, middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, on a ranch, and we did just farm stuff, and we were athletes. We worked really, really hard. But with that said, there was never a time in my life when I wasn't going to do music. I remember writing songs when I was like 8 years old. As soon as I could write, I leaned into poetry and I leaned into songwriting. I decided to go to Belmont University in eighth grade, and got a degree in songwriting, whatever that means. So much fun. Fully recommend. But music has always been my thing. But I do recognize that having two parents that are, in my opinion, the best at what they do, it never seemed like a crazy dream to me. I was like, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do that. And I like to think that I've done a good job and that I'm gonna continue to just go get it because it really means the world to me.
Any plans at all to do full out music videos? I know lots of artists will go and do that, and every song has to have a video to go along with it, a full video. So, are there any plans to make videos a full part of your career as well?
Absolutely. I would be so honored. We have so many plans and so many things. It always comes down to a budget issue. Being an independent artist, everything comes out of my pocket. And most of that's taken by road expenses and just recording expenses and things like that. And I love music videos, but I will not put out a music video where I am just standing in different places singing the song. You know what I mean? I think music videos are so cool because they give you that side of the song that maybe you didn't hear, that you get to visualize now. So we have a lot of plans for a lot of music videos. The closest thing we have so far is we did put together a rodeo highlight reel for Halos and Horns on YouTube, as a lyric video. And it's just cowboys doing their thing. And it's so cool. But we plan to release a music video in 2024, and I cannot wait.
Well, Ali, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today. And for anybody who is looking to find you, whether it be just checking out your social media or to find your music, what is the best place? Maybe, I guess, all in one place to find out more about you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ali Colleen Music is our main handle. So you can go to the website and it will direct you to absolutely anything, AllieColleenMusic.com. My most active social is Instagram. So if you want to follow along with me, my day to day, my horses, all that kind of fun stuff outside of music as well, you can come find me on Instagram. And I would absolutely love that. It helps us artists way more than you guys realize. So please, please, please come over, hit that follow button. Thank you guys so much for allowing me some time on your platform. Thank you very much.
Ali, it has just been a pleasure speaking with you. Good luck with everything. We can't wait to see what you do in 2024. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
It's just the way I am, so I was born. Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
I'm here with Heather Clagis today. She is obviously with 95.9 here in Lloydminster, Real Country 95.9, but today we are speaking to you as a member of the Legion. Of course, we know that Remembrance Day is coming up on Saturday. Can you tell me what some of the events are planned in Lloydminster here?
The Legion here in Lloydminster, we're very excited once again to be able to have that in-person Remembrance Day service, because there were a few years where we weren't able to do that. So last year was the first time we went back to Lloyd Comp High School and had the service there. And so once again this year we're going to be back at Lloyd Comp High School, and we invite the public to come out and join us for this service, because it is a very important day and very important to mark Remembrance Day. And we will have lots of space at the Lloyd Comp High School, so we really hope that people can join us. And the service starts at 10:45 in the morning, because we do have a few items that we do before that moment of silence right at 11 a.m. So we do ask that if you are planning to join us, if you could be in your seat by 10:30, 10:40, so that we can get started promptly. We certainly appreciate that, and we just appreciate people who want to come out and join us as well.
Obviously, Canada has enjoyed freedom and peacetime for decades. Why is it important to continue doing this each year to gather and remember?
So many people sacrificed so much for us. There were so many people who they sacrificed their lives. They weren't able to come home. They lost their life in the war fighting for our freedom. So it's so important to remember them. And for me personally, my grandfather fought in World War II, and he was one of the fortunate ones who was able to come home. So every Remembrance Day, I think of him, and I think of the men that he fought alongside that didn't get the chance to come home and live the life that he was able to live. But because they fought and because they were willing to sacrifice everything, we have so many freedoms today that we enjoy.
Yeah. Obviously, Heather, the Legion advocates for veterans, but what is the role now? Obviously, they do a lot of community service work, and if somebody's curious about that and maybe getting involved, what can they do?
The Legion is here to support the community and to be a space where people who have served in the military, they can come to for fellowship and to talk to people, and also to find different connections for different programs that are offered as well. And we do love to give back to the community. We try and support the community as much as we can, because that is one of the important parts of being a member of a Legion. It's supporting veterans, but also supporting the community. So in the past, we've been able to make donations to the food bank and other organizations. And if somebody wants to become a Legion member, you can just stop by the Legion. There's a membership form you fill out, and we'd be happy to talk to you more about becoming a member.
Right. We've all been wearing our poppies over our hearts now for a few weeks or a couple of weeks. I guess if people can't attend the ceremony on Saturday, is there another way that they could maybe personally mark it for themselves, something they could do?
I think for each person it is kind of a personal thing to mark the day, and I know for myself it's pausing right at 11 a.m. for just that moment of silence, wherever you happen to be. Also in the past, we have had people that have just gone to the cenotaph here in Lloydminster, and they've either left a poppy or they've left a message there. And that's another thing that people can do. And also, we're very fortunate that the ceremony here in Lloydminster, if you can't make it in person, we will be broadcasting it on the radio as well. So maybe you have to work, maybe you have to drive somewhere that day and you're not able to attend. Well, we would encourage you to listen to the service on the radio.
Excellent. And it looks like the weather is still going to be fairly mild, so people can get out and streets are not going to be treacherous or anything like that.
Yes, exactly. And after the ceremony as well, we do invite people back to the Legion. They're welcome to stop by and stop in and say hi.
Awesome. Okay, well, Heather, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate your insight and your information.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good day. Hollywood actors have finally reached a tentative deal with the major studios, bringing an end to the second of two strikes that sidelined the entertainment industry this year.
My mind is spinning right now. Let's start with $1 billion plus in new money. We've got AI protections for all categories of members.
The strike ended at midnight after the SAG-AFTRA negotiating committee voted unanimously to support the deal, valued at more than $1 billion. The new 3-year contract includes increases in minimum salaries and a new streaming participation bonus. Hollywood production will slowly begin ramping back up for the first time since May, when film and television writers walked off the job.
This is super exciting news. We're going to get fresh new content again, and obviously once the writer's strike ended, which was also very exciting, we got our new shows back, like SNL and all of the late night talk shows as well. They were getting all their writers back, so fans of those shows were getting that back. But now that the actor strike is done, we will have more content because the actors are now back, so that means shows are being written and shot, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
That's all we have for you today on Primetime Local News. Thanks for joining us, and have a great evening.